You have a voice inside you. It is quiet sometimes, maybe even shy. It whispers stories only you know. It holds feelings that are big and messy. The only way to let that voice out is to write. You don't need a fancy pen or a perfect plan. You just need to start. Find a piece of paper, any paper will do. Find a pencil that feels good in your hand. Then write one word, just one, then another. This is how all writers begin, with a single, brave word that leads to the next one. It is a small act of faith. People often think they need a grand idea to start writing. They wait for lightning to strike. They believe they must know the beginning, the middle, and the end before they even try. But that is not how it works for most of us. Writing is a discovery. It is like driving a car at night. You can only see as far as your headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way. You find your story as you go. You find your truth by putting down the messy, imperfect thoughts that fill your head. Trust the process. Show up to the page and see what happens. Writing is for everyone, not just for the people we call writers. It is for you. It is for the person who needs to understand their own heart a little better. It is for the person who saw something beautiful on their walk and wants to hold on to it. It is for the person who feels a great injustice and needs to shout about it, even if only on paper. Your stories matter. Your thoughts are important. They deserve to be written down, to be given shape and form. They deserve to exist outside of your own mind, where you can look at them and say, I wrote this, so I am giving you permission. Not that you need it, but sometimes it helps. You have permission to write badly. You have permission to write a terrible first draft that no one will ever see. All of the great writers you admire, they all wrote terrible first drafts. That is the secret. The magic is in showing up, day after day, and getting something down, anything. A memory from childhood, a description of the rain, a silly poem, just begin. The page is waiting for you and it will not judge. It is a safe place to land. One of the greatest gifts of writing is self-expression. We all walk around with a universe of thoughts, feelings, and memories swirling inside us. It can be a chaotic place in there. When you write, you take that chaos and give it order. You can untangle a difficult feeling by describing it. You can understand a memory more clearly by writing it down as a story. It is a way to have a conversation with yourself, to listen to what your own heart is trying to tell you. It brings clarity. It helps you see who you are and what you believe in, one sentence at a time. It is a form of self-care. Writing is also about sharing. We are not alone in this world, even when it feels like we are. Your stories can become a bridge to another person. When you share something you have written, you are saying, this is what it is like to be me. And someone else might read it and think, me too. That is a powerful connection. It reminds us of our shared humanity. Your joy, your sadness, your confusion, these are not just yours. They are part of the human experience. By sharing your story, you might give someone else the words for their own feelings. You might make them feel less alone in the universe. And of course, writing helps us connect with the world around us. It teaches you to pay attention. When you know you might write about something later, you start to notice the little details. You see the exact shade of blue in the sky. You hear the specific rhythm of the birds singing outside your window. You notice the kindness in a stranger's smile. The world becomes more vibrant, more interesting. Writing anchors you in the present moment. It makes you a better observer of your own life, finding the sacred in the ordinary and the beautiful in the everyday. It turns you into a witness. These benefits are not just for famous authors, they are for you right now. You can experience them today. You can write in a private journal just for yourself, a place for your thoughts to live. You can write an email to a friend, sharing a story from your week. You can write a short post online, sharing an idea that matters to you. Each time you do this, you are using the power of words to build something real. You are building understanding, connection, and a deeper relationship with yourself and the world. It is a small act with big rewards. Writing is not a new invention. It is an ancient human tradition. For thousands of years, people have used words to capture their world. Think of the first storytellers, gathered around a fire, sharing tales of heroes and gods. Think of the poets in ancient Greece like Homer, whose words gave us epic adventures that we still read today. They were trying to make sense of life, to explain the unexplainable, and to entertain each other. They used words to preserve their culture, their history, and their beliefs. They knew that a story could outlive a person, a building, or even an empire. Later, in different times and places, writers and poets continued this important work. In the Middle Ages, Monks carefully copied manuscripts by hand, preserving knowledge through dark times. During the Renaissance, poets like William Shakespeare used language in new and exciting ways. He wrote plays about love, jealousy, and power that showed us the deep complexities of the human heart. His words explored what it means to be alive, and they still ring true hundreds of years later. These writers were not just telling stories, they were shaping the very language we use today. Every writer who has ever lived is part of this long chain. They passed the torch from one generation to the next. They showed us that words can be used to protest injustice, to declare love, to mourn a loss, or to imagine a better world. Think of the poets of the Romantic era, like John Keats, who found deep meaning in nature and beauty. They reminded people to feel, to embrace emotion in a world that was becoming more industrial and rigid. They used their poems as a rebellion against a cold and logical world, celebrating the power of the individual spirit. When you sit down to write, you are joining this incredible history. You are picking up that same torch. You are participating in one of the oldest and most important human activities, telling our stories. It does not matter if your story is a grand epic or a small, quiet reflection. You are adding your voice to the chorus. You are connected to Shakespeare, to Homer, to every person who has ever tried to put their feelings into words. You are honoring that tradition. You are keeping the fire of storytelling alive for the next generation. It is a beautiful and humbling legacy to be a part of. The work of writers matters because it changes things. A book can change a mind, a poem can change a heart, a story can change the world. Think of Harriet Beecher Stowe, who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin. Her story showed many people the true cruelty of slavery and helped fuel the movement to end it. Words have power. They can expose injustice and inspire people to act. They can shine a light on problems that society wants to keep hidden in the dark. A writer's words can become a rallying cry for fairness and for change. Writers also connect us to each other across time and space. When you read a book by Jane Austen, you get a glimpse into life in 19th century England. You see that people back then worried about love, family, and money, just like we do today. When you read a poem by Maya Angelou, you feel her strength and her hope, and it can give you strength and hope too. Their words build a bridge from their experience to yours. They remind us that we are all part of the same human family, no matter when or where we live. This connection fights loneliness and builds empathy. The world needs your voice. It needs your stories. No one else has your exact memories, your unique perspective, or your particular way of seeing things. If you do not write your stories, they will be lost forever. Your story might be the one that someone else needs to read to feel understood. It might be the one that makes someone laugh on a hard day. It might be the one that teaches someone something new. Your contribution is important. Do not ever believe that what you have to say is too small or too insignificant. The world is made richer by every single story that is shared. So please, pick up your pen, open your laptop. The world is waiting to hear from you. Do not worry about being perfect. Just be honest. Write what is true for you. Write the stories that are burning inside you. Write the poems that your heart wants to sing. Start with one word, then another. Let them lead you. You are a writer. You are part of a long and noble tradition. And what you have to say matters more than you can possibly imagine. Now go, write. If you found this inspiring, please subscribe for more. This is a production of Wordsmith International Editorial.